everybody. Thanks for coming out. Today I want to talk to you about, you might have noticed our theme of money. We've got the Harper Monster. We've got some Harper Warbucks that we've been handing out. And we want to talk about let's follow that money. Right now, our national defense annual expenses have gone up 20% in the past 4 years. 2005-2006, it was $15 billion. 2008-2009, $18 billion. That's 1/5 of total direct federal program spending is being spent on war in Canada. The conflict in Afghanistan cost Canadian taxpayers so far $18 billion. And the cost that they're not counting, 146 Canadian soldiers, 4 Canadian civilians, and we haven't bothered to keep track of Afghan deaths in a meaningful way. But we can say that between 2006 and 2009, almost 7,000 Afghan civilians have been directly killed by any side of this terrible conflict. That's not counting the indirect deaths. That's shameful. And that's worth more than billions and billions of dollars. In 2009, December, the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives published a report that talks about Canadian military spending. Canada is among the top 15 military spenders in the world. We're the 6th largest spender in NATO, and our expenses have gone up 9.6% in the last fiscal year. That's 20 times the size of the Federal Environment Department spending. The same report talks about the impact of development assistance and other humanitarian aid money that is much better spent than on war. Canada, among other nations, has pledged to achieve 0.7% of gross national income on development assistance, but we're actually only spending 0.29. The international average among other nations is 0.45. It's shameful. We're way behind in this spending. We're at 2/3 of the international average spent on international aid. And this could be spent on preventable deaths in the world.
Walk in front of me, please.
Children, 7 million children have died in the last 10 years for preventable deaths that our money could have prevented. I want to talk about the $1 billion that Canada spent on security for the Vancouver Olympics. The $1 billion that we're spending on security on the G8 and G20. There's a whole list of things that money could pay for, and here's just a few of them. That money, that $1 billion, we could spend that over 3 years to improve the health services of women and children in developing countries. That $1 billion would reduce tuition by $1,000 to every student in Canada. It would produce 11,000 new construction jobs. And just 3% of that $1 billion would give all Canadian children nutritious and healthy breakfasts or snacks every day. And in BC, that should be of great concern to us here, where we have the highest child poverty in the country. That money could be spent to bring seniors out of poverty by increasing the guaranteed income supplement. But here's the double whammy, and I want you to remember this, because while we're against war, we're not against soldiers. The double whammy for all of this money that we're spending on the military, we're not spending on treating returning soldiers from post-traumatic stress disorder. The Department of National Defense and the Canadian